Planning is probably the only way you'll ever be creative. I understand how kind of backwards that sounds because creativity is generally linked with, being spontaneous, being in the moment, trying to do something within that moment. But for a lot of us, that moment has to be kind of planned. We have our own lives outside of being creative, and that's kind of sad to say, but it's true. You need to provide for yourself, you need to provide for others if that applies to you, and you need to kind of progress your life in a very meaningful way every day, whether it be learning new skills, hanging out with friends, bettering yourself mentally, physically, or spiritually. There's a lot of things that goes in along in our day that we have to actually allocate time for being creative. With that being said, when it comes to planning, that actually makes being creative a lot easier. How many times have you been stopped in your tracks when it comes to being creative because something that you thought was cool was unrealistic? Easiest example, dancing. Most of the time before, where I wanted to dance a certain way, I tried doing it. I looked really effing weird, and I decided after 10 minutes I wasn't going to do it again. When in reality, what I could have done was I could have stretched, could have stretched. I could have researched really, you know, what kind of body movements this requires. Do I have that capability? So I set the expectations appropriately. And if I'm really committed to learning this style of dance, how do I get there while respecting the boundaries and limitations of my own body? With that, so all that is to say that when it comes to your creativity, planning it is the probably the best way for it to bear fruit, especially when it comes to a limited time frame. If you're gonna make yourself be creative within a span of 2 hours, you better make sure there is as least resistance as possible within those 2 hours. And if you're gonna take anything from this video, really just understand that creativity is definitely not your limiting factor. It is an enablement for you to progress yourself in that space and hopefully within your own futures. Thanks so much for watching. This is day 2 and day 102 of being creative and the public speaking challenge. Right after this, I'm gonna go edit some videos and I'll show you the progress tomorrow.